Alright guys, let me go ahead and apologize. I do not have my microphone here today. I didn't anticipate doing a video this early in the day, but I have some time and I am going to look at BNB because I just see this going up and up and up since morning. And basically guys, the last week this has been going up. Now the last BNB video was here on the 21st of September. Now from the wick, we are about, let's say about $150 above that point. So you're just talking about a little bit more than maybe 2 weeks, guys, since I did that video. Now, I tried to warn everybody, this is my #1 coin for a reason, guys. So I do believe that this is going to get up to at least $1,500 and possibly up to about $2,000. So somewhere between this Fibonacci level right here and probably the top guys that it could see would be up at about 2,300 bucks according to this. Now, I am probably going to start taking profit myself personally around $1,500 and up to about 2,000. Now, that doesn't mean it might not exceed it. It may exceed it, guys, but I have held this since when it was way down in $200, guys. And also, I have gotten multiple airdrops. Let me just show you guys, because I was looking at this earlier. I have received from 35 launch pool and mega drop projects here, guys, not including this, about $1,675. Now, if I look at the Binance hodler airdrops, guys, I have received almost another $1,000 just from these airdrops. So yeah, this is insane, guys. I have actually already paid for my BNB just by holding this for about 3 years. Now, you should have probably done the same, but again, a lot of people are scared to hold these coins because they don't think they'll pay off. They don't think they're going to go so high. But I have been telling all of my friends for years, guys, I can see this definitely reaching about $1,500 to $2,000. It reached $700 almost in the last bull run. So I think that is a real conservative estimate of $1,500. That just means it's going to double since the last bull run. And basically it could possibly triple. Now jumping over to the volume profile here, guys, you can see this is the last 2 years. It doesn't make sense to look at the entire history, guys, because it's never going down probably below $200 anyways. But guys, I have held this for at least 3 years. And I started actually collecting BNB just for their card. And I was getting 3% from their card at one point. Now, guys, I did see a tweet the other day that Brazil now has a Binance card. So, not to give you any hope or anything, or to make you hold this coin in hopes of this, but possibly they are going to make another Binance card for the rest of the world. Who knows? Again, it has started, and it started in Brazil. You can go to the Twitter of Binance and look for that, guys. But there's a very good possibility that, hey, they might have another Binance card coming, which would be excellent in my opinion. It would make people long-term holders like I was. Now, we did have this giant consolidation since about March of 24. And basically, guys, it finally broke out of this $750 range in about July. So this is where we're seeing, you know, really big X's at the moment. So we are about we're almost 2 times higher than that point, really. And we are looking good, guys. I have to say the point of control is basically down here, let's say at about 500, let's just say $600, because I did move this a little bit. I shouldn't have moved it. But anyways, it's around, let's say $600. Okay. So you see this number right over here in the white. And there is, you know, a lot of support down to about $712. Now, you know, the higher we go, the less, you know, we're going to have in volume. That's just a given, guys. Not everybody can, you know, hold a BNB, an entire BNB. This is getting a little bit expensive. I mean, if we're looking at it right now, it's almost $1,220. And like I said, my BNB has already paid for itself. It's free basically for me. But when I first bought it, my average was probably somewhere around like $200 to $250, guys, because I just kept buying piece after piece after piece after piece. Every paycheck, guys, I got a little bit more BNB up until about 10. Now, In the past, I have owned a little bit more BNB here and there. I've owned 11, 12 BNB before, but sometimes I needed to spend that and get some other coins. So I wanted more diversity, and yeah, I don't regret it in any way, guys. I still hold 10 personally. I actually bought one BNB for my wife for her birthday, I think last year, guys, and it was in the $500 or $600, and yeah, she's gotten twice that, maybe 2.5 times more that, with that birthday money. Jumping over to the Bollinger Bands, you can see they were quite narrow back here in December, January of 2021 here. That's when it had that mega run up, but we did have some narrowness here. It's not as narrow or pinching together as it was back here, guys, but we do have this narrowness that was back in like January of 2024. And, is that the result of this run? Probably just a little bit. I would say it probably resulted in a run up to about $600 or so, maybe even $700 almost. And right now we have quite wide Bollinger Bands on a monthly time frame. So let's look at the weekly. Now, the weekly, we actually had a little bit of narrowness back in the summer, back in June, July, and maybe this contributed to a little bit of this run. Maybe I would say it probably just contributed to getting to about $850, honestly. But let's see, let's look at the daily time frame here now. We did get a lot of narrowness back in the beginning of September. So that could also help a little bit because you can see back here it was maybe it was a little bit more narrow back here, but it's very similar, let's just say. And it ran up, from, let's just say about $650 to about $850. That's about a $200 run up, guys. So did this run up already about $200? Yeah, it probably ran up a little bit more. So probably I would say this was the end of that run right here where we had this narrowness that really pushed it up. But yeah, right now the Bollinger Bands, in my opinion, are not helping it too much. Now looking at the stochastic and the RSI, guys, I am a little bit concerned on the monthly time frame stochastic. Now the reason is this blue line is about to turn around and it's going to cross this red line at some point. Again, this is a very slow indicator because it's a monthly indicator. So let's see, I do believe in the next month or two it could cross. And the RSI is also overheated on the monthly time frame. So we're getting to the point that, we're probably going to see some blow off top here for BNB. And then the profits are probably going to trickle elsewhere. Now, weekly time frame, guys. Actually, it's overheated. Blue line is kind of riding this red line right here on the stochastic, and the RSI is trying to go up a little bit more. Now, it can go up a lot more, actually, but it is in overheated territory, so keep that in mind. We do have two long-term indicators that are signaling that this could be a top or we need a reset in some way. Now, the daily time frame, again, this blue line looks like it's about to curve back down. It's trying not to, get into that overheated territory. May cross this red line here today or tomorrow. RSI is just slightly overheated. Now it's at 74. Again, it can run up a lot more. Here you have like 86, 87 or so. So still, 3 long-term indicators signaling that, this is not good in my opinion. Although I'm not saying that this is going to go straight down to 1,000 or 800, but you might think about taking profits, here in the short term. Maybe we can catch a pullback. I might actually do this myself, guys. Now, I can actually lose what I take out, of course, because it could run up a lot more. And hey, that's just a risk we all have to take to make money sometimes. So we'll see. But yeah, I might take a little bit of profit here just to try to catch a pullback. Now, the 4-hour time frame. It isn't really overheated just yet on the stochastic, but it is pointed pretty heavily up. Now, RSI is overheated, so again, we have another indicator showing us it's overheated. Now, the 1-hour time frame also overheated, but the blue line just crossed the red line to the upside, so it looks like it wants to make another run here. RSI, kind of riding this a little bit, this overheated line. And the 15-minute time frame just getting into that overheated territory on stochastic, and the RSI is kind of flat, but just really under this overheated territory. So guys, really, in reality, we need to be prepared for a little bit of a pullback here, I believe. It might struggle with its all-time high. I might actually take some profits here in, the very short term, guys. So I'm thinking about it. I do believe this will go higher before the end of the bull run. We're in the most what is it, explosive quarter. So I do believe this will go up. It just needs some indicators a little bit reset, unfortunately. Now, BNB is number 5 coin overall, guys. It's only up about, 4.5% today. But when you're talking about $1,220, that is massive. Now, you can see my holdings here. I told you about it. Now, the max supply is 200 million coins. Circulating supply, a little less than 140. I wish that would burn a lot more, guys. That would make the price really skyrocket. Now, the all-time high was about, 4 hours ago? Actually, it says 1220. It was actually at 1226, I believe, today. So you're only getting maybe, let's say, a 0.5 or 0.6% discount at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at math anyways, mental math. All-time low, man, if you guys bought it here, you are a billionaire. Man, I wish I knew about this platform 8 years ago. I wish I got into crypto 8 years ago. I would have probably got this, and wow, you would be a mega millionaire at the minimum. Now we need to take a quick look at Bitcoin here. It is actually at the target almost, guys. It's within a couple $100. There's no real good way to measure this inverse head and shoulders and make it exactly correct. Now you can see we have the shoulder, and the head here, guys. And basically, in my book, we have already gotten to this target. So let's see what happens now. Maybe we break this all-time high. We start to make new patterns and so on, guys. Now, before I go any farther in this video, you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. I have partnerships with 10 exchanges here, guys. You can also check out Moodix. You get a free 7-day trial here. Guys, if you want a safe, cold wallet, you can actually get 17% off CypherRock wallet today if you use this link. And guys, you can follow me on X here. Now, let me say that we do have 8 or almost 9% here in October. So October is turning out to be an explosive month, guys. So average, we have about 21% though. So keep that in mind as we move further here in October. Now, I need to be a good YouTuber and kind of warn you about one thing, guys. We do have another gap here, and this gap is about $120 here. It's not significant, but they do tend to get filled, and we are not that far above it right now, guys. But remember, we also have a significant gap down here at about 111, let's say 400, all the way down to about 110, 125 or so. So it's about a $1,600 gap. Now, will we fill it, soon? Who knows, guys? It looks like probably not. The farther we get away from this gap, the more or less likely it becomes that we're going to fill it. But this one is not far away. But again, it's only about a $120 gap. Now, looking at the total market cap here, we are at 4.19 trillion. This is almost the highest that we've ever seen. We've only seen about, up here to 4.24 trillion. And looks like we are going to move up and exceed that. Now, if we look at the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, it is at 1.71 trillion, and it needs to break out of this channel. Once it does that, guys, I do think it's going to be very explosive. Now, one of my favorite crypto charts is the Bitcoin dominance, guys, and we did lose this as resistance, unfortunately, at 58.61, but we are already starting to go back down today, so we are getting a nice little red candle, as you see here. Now, the USDT dominance also is still coming down, guys, so we are breaking supports, and the more, people use their USDT, the higher these prices will go, guys. So we want to see red candles to the downside. Liquidation heat map, it's actually only about 233 million that have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. That's not too bad. Fear and Greed, 71. Yesterday was a 74. Next update in about 12 hours here. Altcoin season is not yet, guys. It's a 67 officially. So let's see what happens a little bit later today, probably when this updates. Bull market peak indicators, still 0 from 30 have been hit, guys. And the Pi cycle top indicator is not even close to crossing. And according to this, it's about 62% progress. Now, today on the economic calendar, there really is nothing. So tomorrow we do have, some speakers, and we do have New York Fed 1-year consumer inflation expectations. Moodix is actually showing sentiment risk on. The trend is growing, and today is a positive day so far. Inflation at the moment is 2.2% as well, so that is good. Now, if we take a look at crypto bubbles, guys, we are getting green for the day, so this is nice to see. And guys, if you want to stake your BNB, go to Coinondo and do your homework, but it does show you all the deals that you can get for staking. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, use those links down below. Some of you guys have been using it, and thank you guys so much, because that does give me a little bit of commission. But yeah, I do appreciate it so much, guys. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.